We've seen a lot of remakes and re-releases recently, and a lot of them feel like they've had zero effort put in, but thankfully Oddworld New and Taster is exactly how a remake should be done. It would have been easy for the developer just to add water to add HD visuals to the original and leave the gameplay exactly the same, but that's not what's happened here. Don't get me wrong, there's lots of elements from the original that are still here, but there have been changes and most of them are for the better. The story is exactly the same as the original, except for this time the cutscenes have been completely redone in HD and there's been some new voice acting. And whilst Abe's voice is okay, I found the original a lot more charming. The levels as well, as you can see, look outright gorgeous. They've been fully remade in HD using the in-game engine instead of using the pre-rendered backgrounds of the original. And the same can be said of the character models. They animate beautifully and they look really detailed. The original was pretty unforgiving. It wasn't very generous with its checkpoints, which thankfully has been solved in this. There's a lot more checkpoints and there's my fucking controller. Thanks to the quick save button on the PS4 pad. You also have health this time round, unless you play it on hard mode where it's one hit kill like the original PS1 title. So the game's still challenging, but it's a lot more fair. The controls seem to have been fine-tuned and are a lot more precise. Abe feels a lot faster and has a lot of new moves in his arsenal, like being able to jump directly from a roll and a few other new tricks. Gameplay wise, you do a lot of things that you did in the original: running, jumping, climbing, disarming bombs, possessing sligs. But there have been changes. Abe has an unlimited supply of bottle caps he can use to distract guards. The game has a lot of elements to it. It's got some stealth, some platforming, some light combat here and there, and most importantly puzzles. And most of them revolve around you finding the most creative way to save some Medokans. Saying that, actually, most of the game feels like a puzzle, since you have to creatively think your way around problems instead of just charging in and hoping for the best. Presentation wise, like I said before, it's a great looking game. The frame rate stays pretty solid at 60 frames, though there's some places where it bizarrely dips when there's not much going on screen. But musically as well, like the original, it's great. The music's subtle and matches the mood of the game perfectly.
New and Tasty, like a lot of remakes, is a difficult one to review. I think the best way to sum up the whole thing is that it's a proper remake. It takes what works in the original and fine-tunes it, whilst removing stuff that didn't work and replacing it with stuff that does. I think it's a great idea overall though. It's going to introduce the entire Oddworld franchise to a new generation, and I can say again with confidence that it's definitely worth the buy. Hello everyone, and thank you for watching my video. If you like what I did here, please give it a like and a subscribe if you're feeling generous. It really means a lot. And if you like my stuff, here's a link to my retrospective on Silent Hill.